Well, to help us break down some of the results, we want to bring in Dana Haynes, managing editor of the Pamplin Media Group. Dana, good morning.
Good morning, Emily.
So first off, let's talk about this governor's race. We just heard from candidate Bob Tiernan running for the GOP primary right now behind Christine Drazan for that nomination. So we could potentially see three women here squaring off for Oregon governor, with Tina Kotek securing the Democratic nomination and Betsy Johnson running as an independent. This is going to be a race to watch even nationwide.
Yes, it's never before happened in America that three women have been the leading contestants going into the general election. We would make U.S. history if that happens. And neither of the two leaders in the Republican Democratic Party have an easy race ahead of them, because it's been a long time since a Speaker of the House has made it to the governorship here in Oregon. And Christine Drazan is, of course, fighting a 10 straight losses chain to get the Republican nomination. So with Betsy Johnson throwing in the X factor, this is going to be a really interesting race to watch.
Yeah, let's take a look at Congressional District 5 right now. This is Kurt Schrader trying to stay in Congress. Got a big challenge in this newly drawn district from Jamie McLeod-Skinner. Jamie McLeod-Skinner is now ahead in that race. What do you make of that? And did you think that the changes in the redistricting had an influence in this?
A couple of things. One is because of the change of the boundaries, Kurt Schrader is no longer a household name in all of the district that he'd won in before. That was part of it. And the second reason is he's really been annoying progressive Democrats. He's voted against President Biden's agenda. He's voted against the Progressive Party in the House. And he's drawn opposition from former Governor Barbara Roberts, former Secretary of State Bill Bradbury, two of the lions of the Democratic Party, four of the county party chairs within his district, four members of the legislature in the Senate, five in the House. And remember, this guy is the incumbent. That is a seismic change.
It certainly is. Meanwhile, we're seeing an incumbent here in the Portland city level headed towards an interesting runoff here in November. We saw Commissioner Joanne Hardesty likely having to fight for her seat throughout this election season. Meanwhile, Commissioner Dan Ryan reelected to his position too. What do you make of these Portland races?
Well, Cor Harlan was right that saying a lot of people are very, very upset about homelessness. And it's interesting that Ryan, who has really taken the leadership of that issue, he is the city's liaison to the county and to the Joint Office of Homeless Services. And he is the guy who's pushing really, really hard for those safe rest villages. And it looks like he's winning handily. So the guy who has really taken on homelessness is getting sent back to the office again. And remember, he's only had 2 years in the job. So a lot of folks seem to have thought, you know what, let's give him the time to do his ambitious agenda.
Yeah, in the Hardesty race, she will likely be going up against either Renee Gonzalez or Vadim Mazursky. One of the things that she said in our interview with her last night was that she came in with an agenda. She pretty much followed her agenda the whole time. And do you think that that's going to serve her well in terms of the voters?
More than half of the voters in that race said, we don't want you to come back. She lost more than half to the two challengers. It's going to be difficult for her to try and get those people back. I'm not sure what her path is to try and get that 50% plus people to say, no, we're going to change our mind and we are going to support you in the next race. It'll all depend on how the two candidates who make it out of this primary campaign for the next 6 months.
All right. Thank you very much, Dana Haynes. We appreciate you joining us on AM Extra.
Always a pleasure.